Hello, my name's Greg Soulsby, and in this screencast I'm going to walk through the ideas behind how we go about building a model to predict which policies or policy holders are most likely to lapse during the renewal cycle. The purpose is to give insurance brokers the ability to prioritise their resources during the renewals cycle on the policies most likely to lapse, so that they can reduce their lapse rates with the least amount of cost. The tools that we use to do this are called data mining tools. These, unlike your Excels and your cross tabs and your graphing, are tools designed to help us focus on those attributes in the data which most contribute to understanding of the problem at hand. What we do is we take a historical set of policies. These the history of whether they've lapsed and not lapsed is known, but we also know obviously the attributes about geography, premiums, the age, where they've come from, what channel they were acquired through, what channels that they transact through. Obviously details about the products, we know their claims history. We analyse all of that, comparing those that lapsed against those who didn't lapse. Now that gives us some statistics about that. Now when we're given a list of policies that are due for renewal, we have those same attributes. Obviously we don't know whether they are going to lapse or not, but we can compare them statistically to the policy holders that have lapsed and give them a score as to the closeness, how strongly do they correlate to those people that lapsed. And that score is what we give the insurance broker. Now, how we go about, what tools we use, and give you some quick examples. What we're looking for is obviously correlations in the data between those who lapsed and those who didn't for a given attribute. In this case we do see a correlation. This might be the number of years that the policy has been on the books, and this might be premium. So if we saw such a correlation as this, we would say that the older a policy, the longer a policy's been with us, the higher the premium is likely to be. It's not a given. Some policies that have been with us for longer have less premium than some that have been with us less, but on the average there is certainly a correlation. Another technique we use, they call the decision tree. This example's out of politics actually, but what we do is we look at all possible attributes, identify the one that shows the most difference in terms of lapsing behaviour. It might be age. In that case we would say we'd split older people less likely to lapse, younger people more likely to lapse. We would split the analysis set into two, the older people and the younger people. Then we would freshly analyse each of those two sets and again identify the most important attribute that differentiates their behaviour in terms of their lapsing. Might be premium, might be age again, in which case we split again and rerun the analysis down through the tree until we get to a point where there are no more attributes that differentiate the policy holders, and that gives us a cluster, if you like, that we know is likely to lapse or not lapse. So that's just another example of a tool. Now we combine those tools and give ourselves a score for each policy. Now then we are obviously in the position to be able to sort that according to the score, and that gives us what's called the lift. Now the lift, we understand the lift of a model. If we were to sort all our policyholders according to the score we've been given them, according to their propensity to lapse. We know who has lapsed and who hasn't in our historical set, and if we plot along the bottom here by score and up here by the percentage that have lapsed, you can see if we knew nothing and the sequence was a random sequence, we would expect the percentage of people who had lapsed as we went through the list to be a straight line up here. If we were, for example, to phone 50% of the people, we'd expect to make contact with 50% of those who lapsed. If we were to sort the list, we would see the lift effect coming in. In this case, if we called 10% of those that are scored the highest, we would have contacted 40% of those who lapsed. If we contacted 20%, we would have contacted 70% of those who have lapsed. So the idea behind this, the insurance broker gives us an historic list, we develop the model, we take the renewals list, apply the model, sort, and the broker runs through the policy holders in that sequence, phoning, changing the price, adding in a special offer, some special treatment to reduce the lapse rate. And in this way they'll be able to focus on small numbers of policies and have absolutely best possible outcome in predicting, in reducing the lapse rate. So if you'd like to give that a try, just make contact to us through the website. The Upkeeper tool is what we call our tool, and we'd be happy to have a conversation about whether that might work for you. Thanks very much.